I loved this last week as we worshiped together at the bridge. We were in Acts chapter 4, and in verse 23, we start to see this first prayer of the church. This first prayer is powerful because as Peter and John, they come back, and you remember the story, Peter and John have been preaching the good news of Jesus Christ, and they've been jailed because of it, and now they've been released, and they go back to the church family, the called out people, and they begin to relate to them what took place. And here in America, if that kind of thing happened and we knew that we had missionaries who were on the verge of being killed because of sharing the good news, I know what our prayers would be. Be prayers of safety, be for God to protect them, to watch over them, to take the evil one away. But this prayer in Acts chapter 4, starting with verse 23, is completely different than that kind of prayer. It was all about three things. One, we are in your hands. And we know that in the middle of chaos, and when we don't think you're in control of history, when all of the things are swirling around us and it's messy and busy and yucky, we're in your hands. And the second thing we notice in the prayer is that they had a double-fisted faith. They prayed for courage and boldness, to be fearless to share the good news, not to stop, but to be bold in sharing the good news. And then third, they focused on God, being a part of that and moving through them, that there would be miracles and signs and wonders done so that it could be pointed towards Jesus Christ and his incredible love and his faith and his desire to have a relationship with broken people. That is a powerful prayer. And I got to tell you this, knowing my prayer life, I'm all about more self-absorbed at times, and I'm learning. I'm being encouraged by this text in Acts, because I've learned so much. My prayer life has been focused on me. And I got to tell you what, when I have those kind of little baby Jesus type of prayers, I also noticed that if I prayed those kind of prayers back in the first century, the good news of Jesus Christ would have never gotten out of Jerusalem. But because they prayed boldly, they prayed for courage, and they prayed for God to move and work, that good news was thrusted to the ends of the earth, to this point that I today know about Jesus Christ. So here's my challenge to you this week. It is this. Would you add this to your prayer? Would you pray that God, I know I'm in your hands, you're in control, and pray for boldness and courage and fearlessness, and as well for God to use you for miracles and signs and wonders, to pray for those who need to know about Jesus Christ and who need to know of his love. And so here's the challenge for you this week. The challenge is this. I know you know somebody who needs to be prayed over. Maybe they have cancer, maybe they're ill, maybe they've got financial problems, maybe marriage issues, family issues, children issues. I want to encourage you to be bold and fearless. Give them a call. Text them. Don't tell them you were praying for them. Ask if you can come over to them and you can lay your hands on them and pray specifically that God would take care of that issue. And then watch what God does as you point them to Jesus. So that's your challenge.